Well, after a week of rain, I finally got back to the plot, and I've got myself a new potting table picked up in Aldi's for £24.99, which is pretty damn good value. There it is. I'll be assembling that today and getting a bit of potting done. I think it's upside down, but it will give you an idea of what it looks like when it's done. So that's job number one. Job number two is putting some screws into the master frame over there and getting that made secure, and I'll be fitting a door into this frame here. So this one should have a door in it by this afternoon. Remove that chimney. The fire that it serviced is gone. It's going to be fun taking this old hinge out on the right hand side here because it's well and truly rusted in. Don't know if you can see how rusty the hinges are, but they've definitely had their best days. There we go, let's have a close up, see if we can get in to look at it. Yeah, so I've got hinges anyway on the other doors, and I'll get that done. I took out this shelf the last time I was here, and I'll be putting something in here to do some potting on at some point. I've certainly got no shortage of potting space because I've got this area over here. At the moment, the most important thing is I've got my kettle on to brew some coffee. So I was going to invite Tony, but he's over with Keith having a cup of tea now, so I'll crack on over here. I've got lots to do. There we go, I'll catch up later. Right, I managed to get the chimney out, and as you can see, it's quite a jerry built shed. About a 3-inch gap at the bottom and no gap at all there, and this one's pretty even all the way down, just over 1 inch. So that's going to come out all together, and I'll build a wall with an opening window here. I've got a double glazed unit going there, so I just need a bit of timber to finish it off. Now down here, well, there's the box. Today I'm building this. It's my potting bench, courtesy of Aldi, for a massive £25. Very good investment. Here's all the bits, and the next time I take a little video of this piece, hopefully it will all be assembled and it will be parked on location over there. Just going to clear all those onion bulbs off the floor. I don't know whether they're worth planting. They've been left in here for over a year. I don't know if they were the crop or the seeds, so I don't even know what variety they are. It might be worth putting a couple in pots just to see what becomes of them, but they all look very dried out. Still, I'll give them a go, see what I can do. I've got to shovel that lot out, get rid of all the rubbish that's in that little area there. There's about, I'd say there's about 200 litres of soil got to be shifted. I'll just spread it over the floor and even out the bumps. I think there's no point in dumping it. I've got some slabs there that I could use to level the floor. It's a little bit dark in there, but there's a shot of the slabs. That's what the old fireplace used to rest on, and the chimney was up there, and it's actually burnt the wood around it, so it's probably a good thing it's gone. I've got a couple of heaters under this bench here, so if I do need any heat I'll work on that later. There's a thermometer over here, just to give you an idea. The temperature outside today is about 13 degrees. In the shed we are looking at 25, 24. So even in here now it's pretty warm. The sweat's running off me at the moment. So got to be careful about putting things here, they're going to dry out. These are the seed potatoes I put in the last time I was here. It was about 10 days ago. What with bad weather and hospital trips, I haven't been able to get here. But we got some chitting going on, especially those ones, the marquees. They're about ready to put into pots now. I'm using the Oakland's Gardens 30 litre tubs. I had quite a good success rate with those last year, so I'm prone to give them a go again. Clear out all this rubbish here. It gives me a lot of working space. And I've got double patio doors, courtesy of Tony O'Neill, that are going to fill this space here. Okay, that frame is quite secure and it's square, so I'll be filling that in and sealing this end up. But this will be opening, and the roof obviously needs sorting. In fact, at the moment I'd get away with 2 panels. Just tape it up for now. Things are looking up. There we go, finally assembled and ready to start using. Tony brought me some compost up from the allotment shop today, so I've got that little bag there, and I shall start doing some potting. While I was moving this, I managed to get myself stung on these horrible little nettles, and they really do sting when they get you. They're only little tiny things, but they really do give a bad tingle. Still, I think I've just about done enough for today. Just a little bit of potting now, and then after that I'll be heading for home. There we go, bit of seed sowing. Well, apart from buckets being knocked over by the wind, not a lot's happened on the plot since the last time I was here. You can see all the bits I've dug over. There's some weeds coming through again now, so I'll give that a quick rake through to get rid of everything. I've been working pretty well, solid all day in the shed today. Finally got it a little bit weatherproof. As you can see now, I've managed to clear out pretty much all of that greenhouse and most of this one, so I'm ready to start putting something in there. I've still got to work on getting those roof panels repaired there, and the ones at the front where the white stuff is looking a bit dodgy. I've got plenty of glass, I've just got to get it all matched up to the size to fit those apertures. I haven't brought Marley down today because it's been clear up day, and he would only really get in the way and possibly get hurt, so I didn't want any of that. I've got 3 pallets to dismantle there, which will give me a bit of fencing, which is very much needed at the moment, and Tony's kindly picking me up a couple of large pallets tomorrow, so with a bit of luck in the next few days I'll be able to put a fence up here, which will be a lot better for Marley. I haven't got my assistant anymore now, he's back in work, so it's a case of doing it as and when I can. The sun's hiding behind a few clouds now, so it's getting a bit cooler, and I don't know if you can hear me panting. That's usually a sign that I've done plenty, so it's time for me to knock off. So this is Thursday, and I'll get something up on YouTube now. I've got a previous video hopefully going up about the same time. Catch you all next time I'm here. Bye now. Just done a little bit of hoeing in here, although I'm not actually using the bed that's in here for growing anything. It's nice to know that it's in good order, so drainage in the bottom of the grow bags will be good. Lots of stones in this side, but beauty is all the canes are in place, so plenty of room for tomatoes and cucumbers in here. The other greenhouse, which is latched onto the outside here, got a lovely growing bed on this side and plenty of room to put a growing bed on that side. Obviously all the rubbish will get taken out of here. Plenty of panels to repair all the blank spaces in the roof and the side. This one's pretty well complete, so it's even got an opening roof, so that's ready to go really. That's quite handy. Yeah, so it's in not bad order. There's a few weeds growing in here, but I picked them all out and chucked them outside where they do better good for the birds. Got that corner to clear. This is what the door looks like on the front of the shed at the moment. Obviously it's not secured yet, but it pretty well fills that space. So a little bit of timber there. Take that window out and put the opening one in, and I'll have a usable shed. When I was working in there today, it went up to 25 degrees, and that's when it's 13 outside, so it's obviously working a bit like a greenhouse as well. Still, lots to do, lots of time to do it. Okay, time to go home. Bye for now. Just an update on the rhubarb. This is one of the plants. Here's another one, all coming up nicely. And would you believe, here's another one. So there's plenty of rhubarb coming up here. I'll add a couple of shots of the rhubarb I've got growing in the tub at home, because it's actually more advanced than this. And the gooseberry, well, that's under there. I don't know if you can see it there, but I'll be moving all this stuff away this week. That's got quite a thick stalk on it, so I should imagine it's a very well established plant. Plan originally was I was going to uproot it and move it, but I've got a feeling the roots are going to travel several feet under the ground here. So it's just a case of doing what I can with it. That's it for now. So as I said, this is my rhubarb at home, and it's quite prolific at the moment. Both plants are doing very well. Much more advanced than they were this time last year. So anyway, that's just a quick look at how the ones at home are looking in my tub. Now it's back to the plot. Just a little update on my raised bed. I read this separate from my plot. At the moment, I don't know if you can see them, but my shallots and my onions are just starting to peek their heads through. So, bit of life there. So, there's a good few onions and shallots in there. And I'll be thinning those out once I've got some spring onion sized. And I've also still got my space in that polytunnel there. So, I'm not sure I'll need that at the moment because I've got plenty of greenhouse space of my own, but it's there if I need it. There we go, time to go home, and this just happens to be where I parked my car. So there she goes, ticking over, ready and waiting. Bye. Well, 24 hours has passed since my last video. I'm still working on getting some stuff planted. I've sown some seeds today which I've put in a greenhouse in trays. I've got some tomatoes, also Craig and Moneymaker. I've got some greyhound cabbage, cos and little gem lettuce. I've also put in two different varieties of cucumber. One that I like, the burtless variety, and one for her indoors who she doesn't care what they are, but they're prolific cropper apparently. Plus I'm trying my hand at a couple of melons. I've been busy for about 3 hours today. As you can see, cleared out all the rubbish that was here, dug it all out. I had to go down about a foot to get the weeds out. There were nettles. Didn't look very big on the surface, but I mean some of the stalks that went down were 3/4 of an inch wide, and of course they've all got stalks coming off them as well. This little lot held up yesterday, so that's kept the temperature up in here. And if we look around this side, I've got another seeding position here, or potting position, and obviously my important piece, the kettle is on at the moment. The gas cylinders don't seem to last very long on this thing. I think I boiled 6 kettles of water and had to change the cylinder today. There's the empty one. Although it's not actually empty, it just wasn't giving out enough heat to warm the kettle up properly. After about 20 minutes of trying, I turned it off and changed the cylinder, and 3 minutes later I had a kettle of boiling water, which is not what I want, because I make percolated, or in this case something, a cafetiere coffee, so it's got to be slightly off boiling. But there you go. Any minute now we should get a whistle coming from the kettle. So before that happens, let's quickly take it down to the greenhouses. There's obviously an increase in the size of the rubbish pile in the middle there. That's all going to be burned. It's been chucking down with rain all night, so at the moment it's waiting for a change in the weather. Inside the greenhouses, I've been twittering about with the glass panels, and I'm just basically blocking off some of the draft at the moment. It's quite warm in there at the moment. It's about 28 degrees. Luckily it's got an opening vent in the top, and those are the 3 trays of seeds what I've planted today. I can't see what's in which trays here, but the labels are quite clear when you get close up. And that's it. Oh, the other thing I put in was some broccoli, some cauliflower and some Brussels sprouts. So I've got some brassicas on the go. Well, that's it for today. Let's go back and see if that kettle's boiled. If so, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, then tidy up and head for home. If I can get this pal to lay back again. That's it. Just to keep the draft out. Easy bang, gum, tripping over my own feet now. I think I can hear a whistle. It's just starting. Just getting there now. Emitting steam. So that's it. Just about 4 or 5 minutes for today. It's taken me 3.5 to 4 hours of clearing up to get the shed sorted out and to make space in the greenhouse. So I'm happy, things are progressing. This is about my 5th or 6th day on the allotment, you know, given all the bad weather. And I can thoroughly recommend this this compost that I got here. This is what they sell on our site. It's a multi-purpose compost, and it's actually very good quality stuff. There's hardly any bits in it whatsoever, and those that are tend to be almost composted little pieces of like this, little pieces of bark of plants. There's another piece there, but you see, just a good bit of crushing with the thumb and it's gone. It becomes a powder. Very good stuff, very nice. So I'm hoping for some good results from my potting there. Right, time to just clear up now, and then I'll be going home. Bye for now.